Alright, welcome back. So, Patasaurus has to be getting close to being done here. Although we're getting polluted by a lot of Camarasaurus that I really have no interest in. Yeah, we're actually not anywhere near close to being done. Fair enough. Why don't you do this and then go on a vacation? Just keep going back to the well for Pato. Are you sedated yet? No. Yeah, they'll get around to it. Really, that took no time at all for them to immediately get a fucking ailment. Alright, 3 more Microceratus. I think that gives us 10, maybe? Yeah, 10. I think I'm going to stop at 10. It feels like it's way too small of a population, but they're kind of fiddly. And they take a little too much effort to breed up the population when you only get 5 eggs and half of them end up being aggressive. So the thing I would like to work on next then is another round of compies. I'm going to get rid of the JP the Game compies because they are very ugly. Which is not a knock on their accuracy. They are, in fact, very ugly. Yeah, and that doesn't actually change the gene settings, just the favorites. Also, we never looked at the 2001 copy. We looked for the males and females in the JP the Game. Did we even get 2001 copies? No, we didn't get a single 2001. We actually only got like one 1993 somehow as well. So we got just this one ugly, weird, cracked out copy. All the other ones are regular? That's really weird. That's funny. Perfectly. Oh no, we got two. We got two 93s. Okay. We got a couple of crackdown copies. No problem. Yeah, they definitely pale in comparison to the Lost World style. But that's not a fault of the mod. They look pretty ugly in Jurassic Park the game from what I can remember, so it's just accuracy. Yeah, we're actually going to do compies. You know what? I'm actually going to specifically make these 2001. Since we didn't get any 2001s, we'll just do all 2001s in batch 2. And yeah, with the genes stripped away, they're nice and cheap, and we can make them right now. You are officially sedated. Get out. Go home. You nerd. You too. Alright, more fossils. Well, the compies and Microceratus are delivered. I believe all the Microceratus are down. We're just waiting on the 10 more compies to be airlifted over. Probably there's some on the ground. We can go check out the skin. Okay, that's a Pato completed. We'll just slot in whatever we need here to take the space.
Has been delivered.
Yeah, maybe getting batted around by an Ankylosaurus and a Gyrosphere would have been like the thing that made all the money in Jurassic World. We just don't know. So that's the 2001 copy, which is pretty similar to the Lost World male, I would assume. Obviously, there's some difference, or at least the mod author or other people think there's some difference. I honestly would have just assumed, maybe naively, I can't switch to the other ones. We need to find like 11 so we can switch to the other set. I would have assumed maybe naively that it was literally the same CG model, but most of the other dinosaurs are redesigned in JP3, so it might not be surprising if it isn't. Well, this is a 97A, but we can't see his ass. You're a 97A. I don't know. That looked the same as what I remembered from the other one. Maybe the color's slightly different. Maybe the JP3 ones are slightly more green. Ah, it's blinding. Yeah, I don't know. It looks the same to me. Insert the meme of, like, what's the difference between these two pictures? I'm going to assume it's just, like, a slightly different shade of green.
Assets in the air.
Really, Jurassipedia has Anki as being planned for the future, huh? I mean, I guess that's one way to explain away another excess herbivore in Jurassic World, but wait, isn't wait, I've never read the Jurassic World book. So there's the whatever, the Evolution of Claire, like the Jurassic World prequel book somebody wrote, right? If that's supposed to be canon, I'm pretty sure that book covers like the first 8 species in Jurassic World, and I think Anki is one of them. So if Anki is one of the original 8 species, how in the world would it still be in planning phase in the movie in 2014? That's probably incorrect information on the wiki if that's what it actually says. Because that just completely, unless the book has been like decanonized completely, which is possible. Nobody ever talks about that book. I regularly forget that that book exists. As far as I know, that book is pretty forgettable. But again, I've never actually read it. What I have read is a bootleg Jurassic Park sequel that I actually have a hard copy of. I should do a video on that. You know what? I'll go find that book after this story. I can't find the bootleg book. I'll have to take a deeper look later on my shelves, tear some stuff apart, maybe check some boxes, figure out where I put it, but it's pretty funny, so I haven't seen anybody talk about it, so it would be really funny to do a video on that maybe. Anyway, I think I might just use kind of this like default. Actually, I think that's what this kind of was. I think this was just kind of a range of like, these are all vaguely similar to different versions of the Apato you kind of see. Like, depending on where you look, the Apato is like blue or gray or green, but like not very different between any of those. Like, pretty much the same, like the shades of blue and gray and green basically can come down to like lighting, right? It almost looks the same even if it's slightly green or slightly blue or slightly gray. I don't think there's any version of these that's like screams, you know, this should be the classic Apatosaurus. So I think we'll just do whatever. We actually have a decent amount of cash here currently. We should keep digging other stuff up. So let's move on. I guess we can do Myosaurus since it's like right here. Yeah, then I can do the research for like a Monosaurus when we get the Apato like finished synthing it at least. That probably works. So, Myosaura. Why is that being included, you may ask? Now, Myosaura's presence in the franchise, first and foremost, comes from the novel, right? However, Myosaura is present on Roland Tembo's hunting sheets from the Lost World. It is present. Oh my god, there's still one of you nerds who's sick. It is present, therefore, on Isla Sorna, which makes it a classic 93-97 species. Specifically, for whatever reason, Roland Tembo's ID cards include Parasaur, Corythosaur, Myosaur, and Hadrosaurus. So there was just 4 separate Hadrosaurids on Isla Sorna, and that's not even getting into the Admonosaurus skull that may or may not be seen in the T-Rex nest, which we'll also be including in this park build, and which has pretty much been canonized, if you believe in the DPG, by the DPG, because the DPG species list for Sorna lists there being like 4 Admonosauruses on the island or something. So, for whatever reason, Isla Sorna is like half Hadrosaurids. Like, probably half of all herbivores on that damn island are Hadrosaurs. Which kind of tracks with what you see in Jurassic Park 3, right? I bet you if you counted every individual herbivore seen on screen in JP3, it would be about half Hadrosaurs, and you only see 2 species of Hadrosaur. So, you know, I'm not bothered by that. I think it's a weird choice to make that many Hadrosaurs have a presence in the franchise that early, but I'm down for it. I like hadrosaurs. Humble long live, social long live, no alpha. We could keep breeding these guys just till we get the alpha as a way to like pick an arbitrary population size, actually. We mentioned before doing the whole 246 thing, but probably not going to do that, I guess. My Saurofossils. I think for the Maiasaurus skin, I'm probably not going to go... I'm not going to go like to the species viewer or anything, but I'm probably going to pick colors that like reference them being beige in the novel. Just for the novel reference. So, if I put you on this... Yeah, we should be good here to still go do Edmontosaurus. Yep, perfect. Way too much logistics on that task, but whatever. Patasaurus. Let's go. We're going to actually... Might as well watch him walk out of the hatchery. Who knows the last time we've seen this animation. Not that it's good. It's just a big long thing coming out of concrete pillars. Boy, does it take a long time. I'm honestly kind of surprised that they keep including Apatosaurus in the films. Really, it's probably largely just because they have the CG model already made. Because, like, it never does nothing and nobody cares about it. Like, this is nobody's favorite animal in the franchise. Nobody loves this thing. I don't even hate it. It's just, it's so bland. I'm always happy to see more sauropods, but, like, this one does nothing. Its claim to fame is getting brutally murdered. Well, let's see if the second batch is better than the first. And with the rest of the crew, we should be able to go back into the field. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it does have franchise history because, again, it's from the novel. I'm going to maybe... No, let's finish Maya. We started it. We might as well see it through. Personally, the sauropod I'd like to see is Diplo. I'd like to see a proper on-screen Diplo. I think that'd be fun. Which, I mean, Apatosaurus is a Diplodocid, so, like, we're halfway there. And if, like I mentioned before in the previous video, the Mamenchisaurus is also just giant Diplodocus. So, we really do already basically have it, but still, I like Dippy. It's like my favorite sauropod, I think. Although Titanosaurs are pretty cool, too. So I think the Apatos should just slot in with no extra work, but we'll have to check. And I guess we get the Diplo statues in Fallen Kingdom, but they're just the babies. Not enough. Okay, it's still no alpha, so I guess we'll just keep breeding these. Might as well. Well, okay. So we found the legendary buried treasure of Egg Mountain. The gold coins that are always present there for some goddamn reason. Is Egg Mountain in Utah? Is that like ancient Mormon gold? Ancient quotation marks. I don't know if Egg Mountain... I don't know where Egg Mountain is, actually. It's definitely, you know, Western U.S. Yeah, Dodgson and Dominion. I like the character. I just don't think it's Dodgson. I feel like there should have been two Biosyn characters. And one of them should have been like this ruthless Dodgson like in the novel. That feels more in line with the way the character acted in the original Jurassic Park. And then there should have been the CEO of Biosyn as the character we see in the film that's Dodgson, but that should have just been a different character. That should have been, what's the guy's name in the book? I forget. But there in the book there is a different guy that is the CEO of Biosyn. And like Dodson's like the fixer type guy. He's like the, you know, the guy who does the dirty work. And they should have kept that dynamic, I think. But, like, ultimately, all the issues I have... Yeah, it's the Apatosaurus. You little dicks. You little shits. It's not my fault. You refuse to leave this little enclosure. This is... I am not responsible for your decisions. Alright, well, close that gate, because they're too stupid to do anything. Yes, Steingarten. That's it. He should have been in the film. That should have been Dodgson.
Asset has been transported.
Alright, I mean, we're secure because the fence is repaired, so let's get this park back open for business. Alright. And this poor Corythosaurus got caught in the crossfire. He just... This was the, like, the moment in Community when, Troy or whatever walks into the room with pizzas and it's on fire. That's the Corythosaurus. He just walks into this little enclosure, sees the Apatosaurus kicking down the wall, just like, what did I step into? What the hell? Let's make sure these Apatos are going to be, good here. Ah, is there no tall leaf? I guess not. I think there's ground leaf. So we want, yeah, tall leaf, ground leaf. Let's just do like small brush, sprinkle some around. Try to keep it away from like the main open plains area, maybe. Just put some in the corner here. Some by these other little batches of trees. But then eventually, when there's enough of them to maintain a proper territory, there should be enough, you know, here and there for them to be happy. I also want to not disrupt, like, the way the veg has been set up around the river, which I like. We need to keep an eye on the brockies, too, and make sure we don't take away too much forest. But I think they got a decent margin. Oh, they got a huge margin. Okay. Yeah, we definitely, like... We need a Redwoods Sorna style map. It's... How have we not had a Redwoods map yet? Like, insane. Alright, so I guess we're gonna have 6 Apatosaurs because we did get the alpha in this batch. So fate decides, right? We're going with 6. 6 Apatos, 6 Brachy. That kind of bothers me. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe we should do 8. That might feel better. I'm gonna do 8. Assuming I can get these happy, actually, because they're not yet happy. They're close. They're close enough that it'll work out. We just gotta, you know, sprinkle a few extra trees in here. They'll get there. They also haven't found, like, any of the trees I put in, like, over on this side. They are expanded back this way decently well, but... Shit. And it's time for the regularly scheduled storm. I think we're going to try and push Geosternbergia here. So that's buried behind Dimorphos Pterodactylus, researched here. Nope. I guess you can do it. Whatever. Did we finish Maya, though? Yeah, so Maya Sora is completed, so we can at least get that out, too. I might not have actually processed all the fossils, though. Correct. Okay, well, that's a proper batch. I guess, whatever. Right. You guys can do it. I don't care. Apatos are delivered. Or getting delivered. Expanding out their territory nicely by airdropping them in strategic places.
Confirming asset delivery.
Alright. So that's all of them. And yeah, they got not much of a margin, but should be good enough. Should work. We didn't, like, ruin the plains look to some of this enclosure. That's nice. And they got this whole side here they haven't even expanded into. We could definitely go up to 8, but I'm not going to do it. 6 is enough, at least for now. Alright. And that gets us Myasora. I think we'll do the synth here first before we go ahead and push for what's the word I'm looking for? Geosternbergia. I think we'll do like a black and white pattern here, I guess, and then various beige-ish skins. That way it looks like something. And it's still a reference to the novel depiction of Myasora. Apparently we can go hard on their gene spread. Oh, but if they have weakness... Yeah, actually reducing that's not irrelevant. Because it'll mess with the dominance and take up a gene slot, so just fucking get rid of it. Oh, 25% tolerant, actually, too, is kind of a problem. I would rather have 25% weak than have any tolerant at all. I'm actually just going to remove that. Tolerance a bigger problem for your dominance. Okay, so we've got 4 of them. We got a weak social humble alpha, which I think probably still does take alpha even with weak, I think. But I'm not actually confident of that, so we'll have to see. They're all Rana. I might have not had that set up correctly. Let's check that real quick again. I probably just didn't randomize. Yeah, I didn't randomize the pattern. Whoopsies. That's fine. Second batch can be explicitly lethal baits. Problem solved. Before we do a second batch, we need to head back to the research tree. What do we need? 12. Piece of cake. Geosternbergia. Now the weird thing, I am pretty sure Geosternbergia has a film skin. And the reason it has a film skin is there was at least a concept maquette made for it for the Lost World. Because this Pteranodon was going to be Pteranodon Sternbergia, which is Geosternbergia in modern era. So we're going to end up having Geosternbergia and Pteranodons that have like the same general color scheme. But I think if the skin is fairly accurate to the design concept, it should be bluer. The Pteranodon has kind of got this greenish tinge to the blue. And I think the yellows should stand out more too on the Geosternbergia. Plus it should have pycnofibers. Because the maquette, or I don't know if it was like just a maquette or if there was actually like an animatronic that was being developed. But whatever it is, it has very explicit pycnofibers. A lot of white fuzz on it. Including, I think, on the face, if I remember correctly. So it should look fairly different, even though it's kind of the same base color scheme. And we're definitely gonna, we're adding it to the park just because it's, you know, it's vaguely supported as being in the film because the Roland Tembo's dinosaur cards, whatever you want to call those, his little ring binder of, you know, dinosaur images. The Pteranodon in that has the Geosternbergia, like, wider head crest. So people have always used that as an argument that the Sternbergia does exist in film canon. And since we're doing, you know, the proper big roster Hammond's Dream thing, it makes sense to include some of those, like, tangential, you know, borderline canon animals like that and the Myasora. And a few others we got coming up. Alright, so the Mayas are done. Now, Myasora... Parasaur specifically likes Myasora. This is also Groundnut, so this is like a perfect addition to this enclosure. So we'll add it to the existing Hadrosaur herd here. The beige, the spread of beige-ish colors should allow them to stand out pretty well from the gaudier Parasaurs and Corythosaurs too. Alright, well, they should have everything they need. They just need time to move around. I also forgot that I wanted to add more Parasaurs. Specifically, 1997A and B. I could throw in some 2001s, too. Sure, let's do it. Let's throw in some 2001s. I don't think we've ever had any information on the 2001s, if they were supposed to be some Mizrani-induced variant or some shit. So I'm perfectly happy to get these turned off. To include the 2001s here. It's just another Hammond era variant. I never really bought the idea that every special new skin seen in JP3 was like secretly cloned shit. I'm sure I've said multiple times in this series, especially some of the reasons for that. So I'm not going to get into it again. I have a tendency to ramble if I let myself run away. So let's do this here. Then we can do maybe, hopefully, the Geosternbergia excavation, but it might be a little harder than that. Oh no, it shows a dig site with Pteranodon. Is it just the one? I mean, it is a DLC creature because it was the deluxe. So I guess it makes sense that it's probably just the one dig site. All right, cool. Well, there's that. 52 dominance is the high dominance value Maiasaura, so this weak does not stop Humble Social Alpha from being it over the social ones. Humble is 25%. So I wonder how that compares. Because it is somewhat close. 52 to 48. Well, we'll see. We can always just not hatch it if we get something that's going to mess stuff up. 2001, 97B, 97A. So we got everything. So we'll just do like a set of 6 here for the other paras. Just add them to the park. I think that'll give us 19 parasaurs. Yeah, 13 currently. Although we do need the second wave of Maiasauras. So let's get them. That leaves us with a meager 700k, but that should be enough to get through a storm whenever it happens, so we'll be fine. Well, shit! This is what happens when you have a bunch of raptors. So, we have a problem, which is 2 compies together phase through the fence. And I have no choice now but to fucking ignore them because we got this shit going on. Because the game is evil. Now, if there's any dinosaur that I am conceptually okay with them breaking the fuck out the second the fence goes down, as if they had a sixth sense for detecting where to escape from, it's the Velociraptors, because that's very much like in their character. Please fix the gate though. Oh my god, 5 raptors escaped. This is pretty bad. Including the big... No! The big one killed somebody! How appropriate. You little shit. The big one living up to her goddamn reputation. She Muldooned the shit out of that person. Oh, there she goes. God damn it. Can we check how many casualties we just had? Like, do you know? Safety rating 96%. Couldn't have been that bad. Because the shelters were open. It's fine. It's just fine. We can go through the raptors and check their cumulative kill statistics, I guess. Okay, we need... Oh my god, we have 4 injuries to deal with this on top of all the other escapes. Compy. Okay, injury check. We have, ironically, a concussed compy. Okay, and we have a galley that broke through into here because the fence was damaged. So I gotta fucking sedate you. I also gotta go over here and wake the damn pteranodons back up. The medical team might be able to do that, actually, by themselves. Fix that shit. Yeah, what are the lawyer fees like? $465. Okay. I don't know. We got good insurance, I guess. Damn, that's a good lawyer. We've got fucking Charlie from Always Sunny doing bird law over here. Okay. So we got a few different dudes to pull through. We spared some expense. We spared quite a bit of expense.
Transportation complete.
All right.
Asset transportation in
Can we at least open the park? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Open for business. Nothing to see here. Open for business. Come on, everybody. Perfectly reasonable park. There's absolutely no problems. This is a prop. This is a Halloween decoration, I assure you. Don't look behind me. There's nothing to see here. Carry on with your day. Holy shit, the disrespect. Oh my god. Wow, they're deliberately walking over her body. They have all this path, but no, they're just coming over here. How is it not like a game mechanic that you need to remove the bodies? Ah! It's her twin! Nope, not quite. I saw the same shirt, and I was like, it's the same person. Nope, different person. Close, not quite. Okay, meanwhile, we have dinosaurs dying. So, infected wounds on a microceratus from some sort of injury. Mobile vet, if you wouldn't mind, go see what the dealio is. Yeah, the AI pathfinding on the paths is very suspicious. Okay, you're still waking up other shit. I don't think I clicked the right dinosaur. No, that's actually the correct one. Somehow we got it. Is the Galley unconscious? Yes. So Gallimimus, back to there. Next, Compy. And Compy. Are the Compies contained? Is anybody else teleported through time and space? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Parasaurs. Something to check out while all that other stuff goes on. So that would be the Lost World male and female right there. Nice. Nice side-by-side comparison. I don't think you ever see this in the film, but there's concept art for this version of the Parasaur, which is what the counter figure is based on. I'm not going to pull it up behind me because it's tucked away on the shelf, but the redneck is the concept art variant / the male. And then forms obviously the basis of the Jurassic World design, which is very similar to this. Yeah, the 93 para is janky, but like the design of the 93 para is just janky in the film. What you gonna do? I would, like I said this before, but I would like a 93 para skin on just the regular para model. That'd be nice because the 93 model looks very weird. Also, this one looks a little weird. But again, I think the Parasaurs and JP3 are also kind of just weird. Is the crest different? It looks like the crest is actually a little different. This one's a little more recurved. A little more, what is it? Criocristatus or whatever versus Walkeri, kind of. Not quite. Because the other para variant, the other para subspecies, whatever you want to call it in real life, is like the horn is very curved. It curves down like this. Like very steeply curved. Yeah, maybe the body proportions here are a bit different too. Yeah, this might be a little different. I feel like the hip bone's more pronounced here on the back of the 2001 versus the 97. The hip bone falls more behind the big meaty thigh. I think the thigh here is like way meatier, right? Yeah, the 97 para has cake compared to the 2001. Yeah, I guess my other problem too with this parasaur. Well, like here, okay, here the neck is broken. That's a problem. But in the film, are any of the parasaurs even standing on their hind legs? Like the majority of them are kneeled down. To be fair, they are drinking. But like I don't remember if any are actually standing at all. No, I'm every parasaur in that film. I'm looking at the screenshot right now. Is down on all fours, except for maybe one that's behind another one, so you can't see for sure if it's rearing up or if it's just a little taller. So it kind of defeats the purpose of a 93 variant of Parasaur having a remodel when it still uses the same rigging and walks exclusively on its hind feet. Like, all the other model edits are kind of, at least for me, defeated by it not being quadrupedal. I mean, they should be on all fours. That's just what hadrosaurs do. But we've definitely grown used to them not being on all fours, so. Okay. Who else is not doing so good? Did we ever figure out what's wrong with you? Infected wound from an injury. Unspecified. Okay. Medical team is still on their way up there then. We have you here. But there's still allegedly 2 more injuries somewhere in the park. So, where the hell are those? Ah, yes, there's you. So that's one of them. Skittish, social, humble, proper social, humble. So, I don't know if I want to put 8. We've got a lot of dinosaurs that have 8 animals. We could do 7. There's a good argument to not do skittish because this is a tour paddock, and the panic actually will be problematic. So I think we'll just hatch 3 and we'll have 7 Maiasaura. Hopefully that's enough for the herd to maintain cohesion. If it's not, we'll have to change it up a little bit. Okay, you're not even tranked yet. Let's whoops, speed up here, get this done. We did get fossils. One of those, one of those, one of those. Yes. 75%. Decent progress. Let's just do you so you can go on a vacation. And back to the field on you and you. It's a little awkward sending you, I guess, but whatever. I don't care. Go ahead. More flappy flappy. That actually is going to be completed. We just have to deal with all the time it takes to get the processed fossils done. Let's get these Maiasauras finally, now that I have enough people back and things treated that I can do this. Maiasaura. And then I'm going to put these in a separate aviary down here. So I guess... What if we put it here on this riverbed? Let's do that. It's already kind of like its own little, almost decorative area. All right, we might as well. So, I guess that's currently aligned with the other aviary. The other question here is it going to let me build this? Because this one was a little fiddly. Okay. Do it like this? Or do it like that? I feel like I would rather have it pushed back this way, just so there's more of a gap between these two, just for aesthetics, I think. It makes more sense to have it be 2 wide here and 3 wide here as opposed to 3 wide here and 2 wide there. You could also just do it as like a diamond. Make it a different shape. You know, I think I like that. No, we'll do it that way. Yeah, make it a diamond shape. And then if we need to expand the water, we can do a little wider section of the river here across from the beach. Yeah, aesthetically, I think that's good. Let's look at the... Oh, we could even do like a viewing platform. This makes no conceptual sense for how to view aviary creatures, but it's pretty good in terms of like video game logistics. Can you imagine though going to like a tower to look at the pterosaurs and like, there they are over there, half a mile in the distance. Get out your binoculars. Honestly, this might conceptually bother me enough that I'm not going to do it. What if we just glued you here? Actually, that's not even bad. It misses the back. We could put it here. Oh, yeah, the other problem is, yeah, this viewing gallery is on this path. That's fine. We just connect the pathways up, right? We do some connection here to here. Like we could do one of these. Make a little junction like this. I'll probably just delete this curve, right, and do a new thing. I don't know. Let me figure this out. All right. Did some fiddling around, got some stuff laid out. It would be nice to do power upgrades, but we don't currently have any money for that, so that's going to have to wait. We can finish this up at least, but again, breeding these is going to have to wait. I did set up a new power station, and I'm kind of regretting it having, you know, only just now noticed how low my money got. So yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to just stock up for a little bit. So, power is being moved over here. Currently building this one. I'll move the other ones over too. This is the new aviary for the Geosternbergia whenever we actually have the money. We've provided a new ranger station here and a network of some different roads as well for them to utilize. Add a little bit of different vegetation here. Hey, very inconveniently timed. Fantastic. I'm going to do this off screen because this episode's running long. After what feels like 65 million years, we can do some Geosternbergia. We do in fact have a 97. Ten genetics. We should have that ready to go. There we go. So, we've got our Terratops Lodge. We got the whole aviary built. We got all the paths set up. We've got all the amenities and stuff put in here. At least until we get the Geosternberg in. This sector should be pretty good. I have plans for this area, maybe even this area, that we'll get to. And we've continued to move power generators. We can't move the last one until we get the Geosternberg out because it will cut power to the hatchery. The Myosauri have continued to give me a few headaches. Hopefully now they're consolidated enough that the 7 stay within earshot of each other. If not, if it happens again where they separate out, because, you know, now that they've actually fully formed up, if they separate out, it's going to persistently be an issue. Whereas when they were initially separated out, that's just the game being really rude to me when I'm airlifting dinosaurs over. So yeah, we'll just keep an eye on them. Things are mostly sorted out here. Not too bad. 1 egg, but it is an alpha. What is the social? Oh, min pop is 1. I think I want 2 of these. I mentioned before, the Jurassic Park novel says that there were 6 pterosaurs, but only 4 pterodactylus in the original park. And those numbers have never been rectified. It's just a mistake. But we can do 6 pterosaurs and 4 pteranodons. by having the Geosternbergia as the other two. Which I think is probably the best explanation for Jurassic Park's pterosaur miscount. Like, there were 4 Pterodactylus and 2 other things somewhere else in a way that's never explained. So here, social humble docile. Yeah, we'll hatch one there, one the other clutch. That'll do the job. Those compy bros are at it again. God damn it. Okay, one thing we're going to take care of while the storm is happening. Power upgrades. Because right now, otherwise, we're not doing anything on anybody. So do that. Did I have enough here to get the second one hatched, actually? Maybe if I would have done that differently. Nope, we're good. Only needs a 7. Perfect. Okay. The staggering inability of the fucking helicopters to dart the compies on their own is just incredible. Alright, well there's that. Let's wrap up today with a Geosternbergia. Oh yeah! No, that's pretty good. That is pretty distinctive in terms of color palette, like I thought it would be. Compared to the Pteranodon. It's very much blue. No pycnofibers, but like very distinctly blue and more yellow overall. That's really cool. That's a good skin.
Never laid eyes on this newest animal, the Geosternbergia. However, it is apparently
Oh, it actually needs forest. Well, that's appropriate that I stuck a bunch of forest in the back here. That's cool. Are you going to be cranky? Like, looks like it's got a bigger comfort meter than Pteranodon, right? Who is currently in a broken aviary for some reason. Yeah, no, Pteranodon's just got a bad comfort meter. How has this not been fixed, my guys? Alright, and the second Geosternbergia. These guys are 125 appeal. Alright. Well, there we go. 2 aviaries. If we can get this fixed. A little bit of extra cash. Okay. Why is there still this much damage in the park, though? Okay, so the aviary still somehow counts, apparently. What? Oh, this gate. Shit. Okay, but like, can I have a ranger from over here, please? Yeah, you're right there. Just fix it. You're literally there. Go, my dude. So, our ratings did get, like, to 3.7 or so. So we got to be close to 4 stars. We've had some weird little hiccups, especially with shopping due to amenity placements. Yeah, right now a bunch of stuff that's showing that it could perform better, but we can't trust that because we just came out of the storm, of course. I would like to turn on the power completely, but again, that's just a min-max thing to try and keep profit margins up decently, which is currently a little bad. Put us up to 191 visible dinosaurs and 22 out of 25 species. So we're getting close to the end of this park here. So, we researched a Monosaurus. That's one we can work on next. It's probably a good cheap one to do here while we stock up some more money for a push on something more expensive. Like the Tylosaurus that we're going to have. Definitely need to get the Tylosaurus. So Tylosaurus, Monosaurus, Carnotaurus, and that's it. No, that's not it. Wait, is my roster 26 species? It must be. Yes. Albertosaurus as well for the Trespasser reference. So yeah, that's the goal for next time. Plan is to have one more episode to finish up this park build. which should be safely slotted in before the DLC comes out. We are... Why is this... Oh, I see. I think I see the problem. Partially.
The right choice today, and board a safari tour.
Yeah, I think I know what the problem is. Just a hunch. I don't know much, but I think I can tell that this isn't how a car is supposed to work.